As I peek through the critter cam to the detritus field ahead, I imagine myself in a dense tangle of some alien world. A frightening prospect considering some of the critters living among the detritus field. These are not the lush mossy fields. Instead, they are drabby colored, full of tans, browns, and grays. These are the detritus fields. Hello everyone, welcome to MJ Miniature Worlds, a project I began with soil and plants from my own backyard. The first setups I am introducing today are simply a vase and a small floral cylinder. I set them up with a little soil and water as they occur outside. I then added some dead grass, and it is a stratified little habitat. According to the Oxford Dictionary definition, detritus is waste or debris composed of gravel, sand, silt, or organic matter produced by decomposition. This is an important source of food and habitat for all ecosystems. Everything seems quiet, almost eerily quiet in this tangle, this miniature world. Suddenly, a little springtail is caught by the camera. You can see him there as I freeze it. It's a little blob right now, but it is a springtail. You'll see it moving in just a minute. Not all springtails are detrivores. On the menu is fungus, decaying plants, also living plants, and some are predators. On the second day, I returned to the thicket, only to find another critter was thriving around the dead grass. Not all critters on this litter are detrivores. These are the predators of the fields of detritus. We'll see them in just a second. Now, I'm not really sure of the kind of spiders that these are, but these remind me very much of Dolomedes. Maybe one of the raft spiders. Dolomedes is known as the fishing spiders, and you can see one right here as the critter cam captures it. There's another one in the corner. Again, I can't be sure. It is not easy to identify the spiders with the film we have at hand, but I have seen these quite a lot in my backyard near my pool. I see them crossing over water, walking over water, and they just act and behave very similar to Dolomedes. Dolomedes is a very large genera of spiders that contains the fishing spiders, the raft spiders. They're a very interesting group. Suddenly, a flurry of motion as a mysterious spider grabs one of the smaller spiders and begins to feed. One spider down, and you can see here, I pointed out it's very blurry, so I'm very sorry about that, but I pointed out the position of the spiders, okay? The cam was trying to focus, but you can clearly see this larger mystery spider that looks almost like the grasses that surround it. And so this is a very interesting critter of the detritus fields, okay? Just noticed this critter yesterday. So I have no idea what it is, and if anyone does, just by a glimpse or can offer a guess, then let me know. All right, so here again, another section of the detritus fields, and you can see the spider feeding right up there. So predator-prey relationships developing in just 2 days. Here's another of those fat-bodied spiders. Again, I often see these walking on water and very much associated with the moisture. But there are a number of different kinds of spiders that do that. So I will say that this is still a mystery spider. Okay? Anyone that wants to offer any suggestions, I'm more than happy to take them. Okay, So here, the critter cam captured yet another spider resting, and it's a little difficult to see, but you can just barely see an eye spot there on the side. So they have two large eye spots on the side of the cephalothorax there, okay, and then they have a few eyes in the front. Eye patterns are very important to identify spiders. Gets them at least to family level from what I remember. These creatures are very fast and a very interesting part of the detritus field. So now we're going to look at another habitat, and this is the isopod realm. So I used a scoop of soil with a spade, soil and plants from a particular region of my garden, and lo and behold, it is full of isopods. So this is the isopod realm. It is it has both lush and areas of detritus. So the isopods are an important component in the world of detrivores. They eat anything like rotted wood, rotted vegetation. They will also, I have seen them forage on vegetation as well, especially very low vegetation. I've never seen them consume moss, but they do definitely like moss, probably for the moisture. And they're just an important part of the scavenging community. They will eat anything, any form of detritus that they can find, and sometimes I will supplement their feeding here in isopod realm with a few bits of potato or fruit, and they seem to really enjoy that, especially the fruit. This individual is the critter cam caught him kind of moving around and squirming through the different types of vegetation in its habitat. And I don't really know the kinds of plants yet that make up. There are a few shamrocks. I know that there is moss, shamrocks, and other small plants here. We will identify them in time. So if you know what they are, let me know. And sharing the habitat with the isopods are these little black planorbid snails. Now these have very distinctive shells. The shells are nice and flat, and they have a whorl to them, and they're just very cool looking little snails, and these are tiny actually. My critter cam just caught this guy slowly moving about the edge of isopod realm, and there's quite a few of them here. There's a few of them, and this is one of them. There's at least 4. Okay, and here's a close-up, and you can see those long eye stalks as they move about. And again, I have no idea. This is a mystery snail. All I know is that it's a planorbid. It's a pulmonate as well. Pulmonate snails are, a large group of snails, and they exist in gardens and all kinds of habitats. Forest litter, anywhere that it's moist. And now we're going to move on to a completely different habitat. This is Weevil Haven. And this is where we leave the detritus fields a little bit and we head over to the mossy fields and the canopy of Weevil Haven. And what I'm showing here is Weevil Haven at night with some of the blue light. These are the lower fields of moss that abound in the lower part of the habitat. And this is one of my larger habitats. It is about 15 inches tall, and it's a very large glass jar with a mixing bowl on top of it that fit perfectly to give me the little canopy area that I made by wedging a log up there and putting some plants with floral wire, tying them up with floral wire, and that's what makes up the canopy. And suddenly the critter cam captures another predation event. And I was a little sad because this is a Phidippus eating another Phidippus. And I didn't realize there were two Phidippus in Weevil Haven. Well, there's only one now, or at least as far as I know. But the critter cam did capture this, and I'm sorry for the motion. It captured this very important predation event. So I'm sorry for the downed Phidippus. There is a Phidippus down in Weevil Haven. And so now we have an individual that is well fed and won't be feeding for a while. And that's the way it is. I mean, predator-prey relationships are extremely important in nature. And that's what we're witnessing now. But Weevil Haven is home to many weevils, as you can see. And here's a weevil moving around in the mossy fields. There's a second one that appears. Please, I apologize for the blurriness as the camera was trying to focus, but this is outside the jar, and so it couldn't focus entirely. But you can see them, and they remind me of like little elephants at some times, right? Moving through these like mossy fields. Now they like the mossy fields, and they also, there's a little group of them that hang out in the canopy, and you're going to see that in just a minute. Now this individual is having a bit of a hard time on the moss, kind of clampering around. He kind of stumbles and all that. Now it is important to say that here again, this is a weevil that is very close to Phidippus, and Phidippus pays it no mind. You would think that Phidippus would immediately like lunge at it. Instead, it seems almost annoyed. The weevil just keeps like moving towards him in one of the videos. It's pretty interesting. I'm not sure why, maybe Phidippus wasn't hungry. Maybe this is just not, it's just not interested in the weevil. Maybe it just doesn't eat this kind of prey. But notice how the weevil just goes right up to him, and Phidippus just moves away. Okay, that was a quick update on Weevil Haven. We will learn more about this little world as I film, in the coming weeks. We will see what happens in Weevil Haven. How does it develop? We will see that hopefully soon. Thanks for watching my first episode of Miniature Worlds. This is a vivarium episode. If you want to help support the channel, all you have to do is like and subscribe and comment, and that will definitely help support what I'm doing here. This is a very interesting little project that I have a lot of faith in. Now, these videos are not just about the biology of these critters. They are about telling a story, telling the story of these critters, right? And as much as that is, it is also about filming. And I'm experimenting a lot with my filming. I have my own little gadgets. I have a few cameras that I use. And as you can see, I'm also using various kinds of apps to be able to use my eCam, my webcam, use apps on my phone, and I may review these in the future for anyone interested. So thank you very much, and please join me as we continue this journey. Next time I'll have another update on one of these fascinating miniature worlds.